Hello and welcome to my video, CPR Basics with Penny Ohia. This YouTube channel is dedicated to answering all of the most commonly asked questions about the CPR business. So if you're watching this video, I'd like for you to like and subscribe so you can stay informed and take your business to the next level.
Lydia Onwe, from Flint, Michigan. I just started my CPR business. I am shopping for the best mannequin to use. Can you tell me what your experience is and which mannequin is best?
Lydia, thank you for that question. Now, this is going to be a fun question because I've actually purchased several mannequins, several different types of mannequins over the years, and I've actually used them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my least expensive mannequins that I purchased and my personal experience, and then I'll work my way to the most expensive mannequin that I've purchased. So the cheapest mannequin that's on the market is the inflatable Manikin mannequin with a simulated cardboard AED trainer, and the cost of that mannequin is $39. Now, during COVID, I purchased 12 adult mannequins and 12 infant mannequins because I had anticipated doing virtual training. Of course, I didn't get an opportunity to do that during COVID, but since then, I've had the opportunity to conduct some virtual trainings and was able to send out those mannequins to the participant. And the thing I like about the Manikin mannequins is one, they're space savers. Okay, because you can inflate them and deflate them, and they have a little air pump that you can use to blow the mannequins up. You don't have to use your mouth. They do have feedback, and if you at least 2 inches deep for the adult, doing chest compressions, it does have a clicker. They don't work by batteries. So that's the real, that's another good thing about using these mini mannequins. Now, would I use these every day in my training? No, not me personally. Now, you may find it differently. You may be able to use these. So I just use another mannequin, which I'm going to introduce to you in just a moment. But again, you may want to use it. This may be compatible for you. Next up is CPR prompt adult mannequins. Now, what do I want to say about these mannequins? Well, I purchased these mannequins before COVID, well before COVID. They have adult CPR prompt adult mannequins, and then they have the CPR prompt infant mannequins. They don't have a child prompt mannequin. The CPR prompt adult mannequin costs about $127, and then the infant cost about $90. Now, I purchased 6 of these, 6 adults and 6 infants, and the only thing I like about them is the price. Okay, so this is just my personal opinion on using these mannequins, and you can take my advice, do some research, purchase 1 or 2 to see if you like them. But me personally, I didn't like them at all. They didn't have a realistic feel to it. The chest compressions didn't feel realistic. The head tilt chin lift technique was not realistic. To me, it was just a mannequin with a plastic head and a foam body, a very sturdy and strong foam body, in which you really couldn't get the chest compressions at all. Now, again, I purchased those well before COVID. Perhaps they changed them a little bit, but as far as I'm concerned, I didn't like them at all. But again, $127 for the adult and $90 for the infant. It depends on your budget. If this is all you can go with, you want to start with 1 mannequin, 1 adult mannequin, 1 infant, because when you're doing CPR for American Red Cross, you can have 1 mannequin and 3 participants to 1 mannequin. So maybe this is what you might need to get started. And then as your budget allows, you can go ahead and buy the higher quality mannequins. Okay, so the next mannequin is the Preston Ultra Light mannequin. They are lightweight, easy to assemble, But there's some things that I don't like about the Manikin. So, but the adult Manikin is $144. They don't have a Preston Ultralight child Manikin, but they do have the Preston Ultralight infant Manikin, and that runs about $130. Now, I have never purchased the infant Manikin, so I can't really speak or give my opinion on how that Manikin works. But the Preston Ultralight, I purchased these also during COVID because I needed to be able to break down my mannequins, put them in my trunk of my car, and transport them back and forth to work. I didn't leave my equipment at work. I had to bring them home. And so I purchased those mannequins for that very reason. But what I don't like about the Manikin is that it has a piston that you have to, screw in on the back of the Manikin. And if you're not in the center of the breastbone and you're doing chest compressions, the piston can actually lock up. So I've used these a handful of times in class, but because I was concerned about the piston locking up, I actually stopped using those mannequins. But it's a lot less expensive than the Preston mannequins with the feedback. These ultralights, they also come with the feedback device. They only have one light, and it either turns green or red. So again, I mean, I like them, the cost of them, but I don't like the use of them. Okay, so the next mannequins that I've had experience with is the Preston mannequins with feedback. Now I have the adult mannequins, I have the child mannequins, and I have the infant mannequins. When I first started CPR training, I purchased my first 6 set of adult mannequins and my first 6 set of infant mannequins, and I'm still using those mannequins today. I have a total of 16 adults, 16 infants, and 4, and just recently over the last year, I purchased 6 child mannequins. So I have a lot of these mannequins, and the thing I like about these mannequins is that they're very durable. They have a realistic feel. The skin has a realistic feel, and this feedback device, it helps the participant. It ensures that the participants are doing the chest compression, the rate, the depthness, and if you're not deep enough, the feedback will let you know that. If you're outside the 120, the feedback will let you know that. So I really like it because the participants can actually regulate themselves. The adult mannequins is $175. The child mannequin is $144.50, and the infant mannequin is $156. They do have a Preston mannequin without the feedback device, but it's only a couple dollars less than the mannequin with the feedback device. So if you want to invest your money, I'm going to recommend that you go with the Preston mannequin with the feedback device. These are the mannequins that are standard in the industry. So if you go to CPR training, chances are you're going to probably see the CPR mannequins with the feedback device. Okay, so the next mannequin which is the most expensive on the market right now, is the Braden Big Red Adult Mannequin, which runs about $500. And then you have the Braden Infant Mannequin, which runs about $1,000. I haven't purchased any one of these yet, and I personally I'm not planning on purchasing any of them. They look just too big and too bulky, and they're way too expensive. But the Braden Big Red, it does have like an anatomical they have anatomical landmarks. Like they have the sternum, you have the rib cage. This one has the audible feedback, the clicker that helps to reinforce the correct compression depths. When you give the breath, it has a highly realistic chest rise when the students are performing the ventilations. You have the oral and the nasal passage, which will allow for a realistic nose pinch. It's got a realistic head tilt and chin lift technique for opening the airway. It's powered by 6 batteries. So the other mannequins, the press stand mannequins, only require 2 batteries. This mannequin is powered by 6 batteries. So that gives you an idea. And it has an AC input, but the AC adapter is not included in the purchase. You'd have to purchase that personally or separately. So, Lydia, the answer to your question is, in my personal opinion, I think the uh, press stand mannequin with feedback would be the best choice in the industry based on my experience. But again, it is just my opinion. Thank you for your question, and until next time, take care of yourself and others.